Hello and welcome back to the AfterTap channel, and welcome back to a very different video for this channel. I believe this is my first video where I am showing someone else's house instead of my own. So we're actually in my sister-in-law's house for this video, and basically what happened the night before I filmed this, we were over for dinner and discussing how she wanted to have a renovation and was just struggling to find space, having two young kids, my nephews, and I basically said, I bet you I can find you some space. Let's start with the laundry room. So I convinced her to let me try to organize the laundry room, and I think that it really did show her that we would be able to find some space in her home. But this was just me trying to get my bearings when I first got in there, trying to see how they were using the space, because I didn't want to alter how they live. I just wanted to try to make it a little bit easier. So I went to the dollar store and I got what I thought would be a lot of baskets. These were only a few dollars each. I think the total for all of the baskets you see here was $90 from Dollarama. So not bad at all, pretty affordable, a lot more affordable than if you were to do Amazon, etc. So it was time to get started. The very first thing we needed to do was take everything out of the laundry room. When I'm tackling any space, my own or someone else's, I find the easiest thing to do, if it's possible, is to remove everything from the space before you begin. That way you can wipe everything down, see how your organization will fit, and then kind of go from there and make a game plan. If you're looking to make more space in a room of yours or a closet, I highly recommend removing items from their boxes if possible and putting them into different storage. So I removed all the garbage bags from their boxes, the toilet paper from the packaging, and so on, just to make sure that there wasn't extra space wasted in the actual cardboard or the plastic. And then by putting them into different containers, I was able to fit a lot more in a tighter space. So I probably refilled this recycling bin like 12 times, just getting rid of excess boxes. So here I am just taking all of the snacks out of the boxes. They had a full laundry bin full of pantry items just sitting on top of their washer that they didn't have space for in the kitchen. So I grabbed 3 of those plastic bins I showed earlier and started to remove them from their boxes and made 1 basket for kids' snacks and 1 basket for baby snacks, and then 1 basket for just excess pantry items, so things that weren't necessarily for the kids but still couldn't fit into their kitchen. And if you are sitting there very annoyed by the tag on the back of my shirt, trust me, I understand. I think it remains outside my shirt for the entire video. I had no idea, but it's really annoying for me to watch as well. I definitely love using my label maker even at my own house, but especially when doing someone else's house, I feel like it's so important so that they can get to know where everything goes, and the space can be really functional for anyone who comes into it. So I took some time just to create little labels for each basket, and it actually helped me as well while I was trying to fill them to just know where I was putting everything as I was sorting through the giant pile that you see in the hallway. Beginning to make some progress. So I have all of these ones labeled and full. I bought 15 of these baskets and 6 of the little ones, and then one of this compartment one with this exact thing in mind, just for like those things that she'll need or they'll need to grab, like dryer balls, dryer sheets, stuff like that, because it's just really easy. But one of those, 15 of the big ones, 6 of the little ones, and it is not gonna be enough, I don't believe, because I'd like to put another one up there. I might not put them up there depending on what's in that box, I don't know yet. And then in here we have 6 so far, and then I'm gonna do a row of little ones here. And then, yeah, we'll have to figure it out, because I don't think the whole thing needs to be in baskets, but I want to better categorize these. For now, I've just kind of been placing them in, other than this one is all soap, and this one is all science experiment and stuff for their, my nephew. So the other ones I want to make, like, you know, all cleaning things. I noticed they have like a lot of like carpet and like more like yearly things, so Drano, stuff like that. So anyway, that's where we're at with that. It's still a disaster, but this used to not be able to walk, and now we can walk, so that's good. And I've thrown out and recycled a bunch. At this point, because I had the space more organized, I could really see how dusty it was. So I took some time to get in all the nooks and crannies and give it a good vacuum and a good clean. I think it could probably use an even deeper clean, but it definitely made a world of difference, just even for my feet, to clean this floor really nicely and get underneath the sink and underneath the washer and dryer. You'll be like, whoa, I can walk in the hallway again. But you're gonna have so much fun. Okay, we're I don't know what. Everything is looking really good. I'm pretty happy. The hallway is getting emptier and emptier, but we're down to the really weird, obscure things that are more difficult to place. So I always start with like grouping items that are like each other. So for example, like laundry stuff. It's so easy to put together all the laundry stuff and all the different products, and it's just easy to categorize. But when we get into one-offs is when I find it more challenging. So that's always what ends up being last. But now I have all these baskets for like sponges and wipes, specialty cleaners, light bulbs. So it should be easy if I do find any of those items to find a spot for that. But I do believe I need a miscellaneous box or two. And I have room for another basket up there. So that's kind of my plan, is to get 2 more baskets. I'm gonna get my husband to drop it off so that I can get some of these items. And then some of them, like, I didn't want to have to put the work on my sister-in-law to now go reorganize the rest of the house based on what does not technically need to go in here. But hold on, there's a package coming.
You have a good day.
You too. Sorry, as I was saying, I don't want to put the onus on them to now have to like bring everything out to their tool shed, etc., etc. But there are some items that personally, like, I would move out. So I'm gonna do my best to put everything that was in here originally back in, and then they can decide. But yeah, we've got 2 full laundry baskets and a full bucket of just random stuff that I kind of like, well, you would have seen, just like taken off the shelf and just like put it all in. At first I was organizing as I was taking stuff out, but that just was going to take way too long and I didn't have the basket set up. So I think this is better. I also have this mess to deal with. So I'm going to put on music and we're going to finish it up hopefully in the next half an hour and be out of here. This is my second one of these and there could still be a lot more. If you're like me, when you start cleaning, sometimes you can get carried away and you can be working on one space and then find yourself on the other side of the house doing something completely different. And that's kind of what happened in the afternoon of this day. I started cleaning around 10 a.m. and I think I didn't finish until 5. Originally, I thought it was going to be a 2-hour job. I don't know why. But obviously it took a lot longer. And I think part of that is because I would find something and then it would be like, oh, this needs to go to this section of the house. So example A is this little console table here. I noticed that the space wasn't being totally utilized and I had found hats and mitts and things in the laundry room. So I started organizing those shelves so I could put some of the things there. But for the most part, I really did want to keep the majority of the things that were in the laundry room and then let them decide if they wanted to move them. But as you can see, I kind of got carried away. I found a brand new baking sheet, so I put that into the kitchen, and then you know how it goes. So if you're finding yourself struggling to finish a project in your home, just do the hallway technique where you put everything into the hallway and focus on the one room first and get that done, and then you can focus on the hallway after. And you know that you will because it's in your hole and you can't walk around. So that's the point where we were at here. I was starting to get a little bit discouraged and moving a little bit slower because the easy stuff was done at this point, and now it was down to the harder items to place. Because I needed to vacuum the hallway from having worked in it and brought everything out, I took some time to reorganize my nephew's little coat area and just dust the boot shelf and get that kind of nice and sorted so that when they walk home and get home, not only is the laundry room clean, but the whole hallway is clean. It looks like I was never there in a negative way. Okay, this is another example of how I got carried away and into another area. But in the laundry basket, I found a grocery bag full of kids snacks. So I knew that they had a kids cupboard full of snacks, so I was gonna put them into there, but then I started reorganizing because I noticed it wasn't quite organized, and I wanted to be able to fit all of the snacks I found in there because the other baskets I filled with kids snacks and baby snacks were both full. So anyway, I got working in the kitchen and got a little carried away, but I hope one day we'll be able to do the kitchen because I think that that will also help so much. This last basket took me the longest, not only because I was tired, but just because it was such random items. So that was kind of difficult, but this green basket, I just made a miscellaneous for all of the tools and random items that didn't quite have a subcategory, and if they want, they can get separate little baskets and organize that further. But I just did one more quick vacuum, and now we are about to show you the grand reveal. I'm super happy with it, so here, enjoy. Many hours later, and we're gonna give you the grand reveal. So I've cleaned up this hallway a little bit and just popped a plant that I already had there, and we utilized these shelves for a couple things that we found in the laundry room. Great, that turned off. Okay, so now the laundry room, which just has this door here, is completely organized from top to bottom, and wow, how much space we found. So I'll talk you through everything that we did, but I think this is really going to change how they use the space, and honestly, like, without being too dramatic, with how they live and are able to access things. So let me talk you through everything. We have up here their recycling bin, which used to be in this sink, and they actually didn't know that this sink worked because they hadn't used it and so on, but we got it to work. We utilized this corner back here for the ironing board and for the mop, and there's this little table in here which I think is perfect because I was able to put the dog's food on it so they don't have to bend over to feed her. She was always eating in here, but now she has a little bit more space, and I cleaned her bowls and everything. And then the recycling bin that was in the sink is now right here, so nice and easy for them to be able to throw things up. This is all bubbles, which were on the floor over there, if you remember. Then we have all the baby snacks, all of the kids snacks, and all of the pantry overflow. Now, her kitchen I haven't helped organize or anything, but I bet you these 3 bins, we would be able to find a spot in the kitchen if we did the same thing in the kitchen, but it's would have to be a whole other day/week. So those 3 bins potentially could be gone, which would give them storage for, say, beach towels because they're right on the lake here, or whatever that they need. Then we have this little bin here that has all the laundry things that you might need very quickly. So wool balls and, you know, the essential oils to put on it, Tide to Go sticks, these little machine cleaners, I don't even know. Then these 2 things are also all laundry, so different things like static release, etc. This isn't that clean, but there's freezy overflow and just a few things that like did not fit into a category. This is also stuff that didn't fit into a category. This is the catch-all / tools, and I just put a note saying it's probably in here if they can't find it. Manuals are up there. Then we've got paper towel, Kleenex, toilet paper. I love this for a spot because it is high, but they can just grab it and it will be fine because it's so light. And then like manuals, you don't really need often, so that's what I tried to do. Same thing up here. These are all just bags, cooler bags and things, and you can easily just grab them and pull them down and they're not gonna fall on you or anything like that. They're quite light. They already had this here full of different doodads, so because they're used to that, I just put this here and with a little sign that said I'll deal with you later. So if you find something like in a pocket, etc., that's where I would put it, and then hopefully they can put it back when they have time. And here we just have their clothes rack hooks, and I forgot to mention their clothes rack is right here and like super easy to slide out because they would probably use that more. Let's finish over here. This was already here. They just weren't, nothing was hung up on them, so we just made sure that was there. My sister-in-law and her husband are actually gone right now, so, or sister and brother-in-law I should say. So this is where she's going to be putting the diaper bag that she brought with her. And then here we just have one grocery bag. The rest went out to their cars because then they'll use them. And then this is all dog collars. They only have one dog, but this is all dog collars and leashes, so I just popped that there into a bag instead of having them all individually on the hook. There's the laundry bag or laundry bin. We already cleared that out for the most part and did a load of laundry. All of these are empty for them to use for laundry. And then this is where the majority of things are. So up here we have odds and ends, again, boxes and bottles of random things like paint thinner, descaler, the pink stuff, you know, random stuff like that. Then we have all pest control, so fly traps, mouse traps, sprays, whatever you need there, ants things. Dyson and Flora, these are the Dyson attachment heads, the mop attachments, things like that. Then in here we have a lost and found, and this is just for any random things that they find around the house. They can put in the lost and found, and then if someone can't find something, go check the lost and found. This I made super accessible. There is not much behind there other than rubbing alcohol and knee pads for cleaning, but this really is front and center with the first aid manual and the fire extinguishers. I need to Google whether or not they can lie down like this or if I need to set them up somewhere else, but at least the emergency stuff is at height and they can just grab it. Tape and glue is in this basket, and they already had this basket, so I just kept with it. This is all command hooks, a weird amount of command hooks. Sponges and wipes are here, and I feel like it's overflowing a little bit, but as they use it, it will fit a lot better. Then we have garbage bags and these two ones. Kleenex, I found so many random Kleenexes. Then we have specialty cleaners, weekly clean, so this is the bin that you would grab on a weekly basis. These are more like Drano and like the toilet things that you flush, like Scotch Guard for your couch a couple times a year, things like that. So same with this, specialty cleaners, and then the weekly clean is in the middle so it's accessible. My nephew loves science experiments, so these are all his science experiment things. Then we have light bulbs here, hand soap here, Lily the golden retriever's snacks here, and then there were just two oversized bottles, so there is glue and oil, vegetable oil, but I'm actually, now that I'm looking at it, I'm just gonna move it over here because I'm pretty sure the glue is for science experiments, so having that lined up is good. And I just put reserved for Lily here so that she can have all of her treats there. Whoop. Okay, that's it. That's everything. And then we cleaned the floor, and I brought the mat out and got the dust out as best as I could, hitting it, and we're done. The hallway is done, and and I'm done for the day. So thanks so much for coming along for this first AfterTap journey of doing someone else's house on camera. I haven't done that before. I love doing this for people, and I actually find organizing for other people a lot easier. So it was super fun, and hopefully I will be able to find some time to do it again soon, and maybe we'll even tackle another area in my sister-in-law's house if she likes the results of this one. I just feel like we could do so much in her smaller home with kids. It's all about how you use the space, and I'm sure you will be able to find space in your home. Just go and get some baskets from the dollar store, and honestly, it is very therapeutic. I might be weird, but I had so much fun doing this. Okay, that's everything, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!